In the turbulent world of Tokyo Revengers, where street vendors dictate the rules and violence escalates along the way, the figure of Baji Keisuke emerges, a character of fascinating complexity that is more than just a simple dichotomy between good and bad. A little impulse from the leadership. Baji, from his first appearance, appears as a loyal member of the Tokyo Manji Gang, Tomon, a character that absolutely pinkins, especially his friend and best friend, Mikey. This unbelievable ability converts it into one of the fundamental pillars of the pandilla, inspiring loud and intermittent, challenging actions, always with the conviction that it is being acted upon by the good Tomon. An impetuous war. Impulsiveness is another distinctive feature of Baji. His fierce temperament takes him without thinking twice, launching into battle with a wild ferocity that turns him into a formidable opponent. Without embargo, this impulsiveness also led to problems, abandoning its judgment and making precipitated decisions that would have unexpected consequences. An incoherent protector. Beyond his rude and rebellious exterior, Baji has a deep protective instinct towards the important ones, especially Mikey and Shifuyu, his closest friends. This instinctively motivates people to fight with nails and teeth to protect themselves, even if it means putting their own life in jeopardy. A little concerned about the conflict. At the height of his incalculable burden, Tomon found himself in a deep internal conflict. On the side, you feel a great admiration for Mikey and a deep compromise with the pandilla. On the other hand, there are many hotels about Tomon's actions and his future, wondering if the route he has taken is the correct one. This conflict is creating an internal battle that leads to difficult decisions and questions about his own identity. A personal development trip. Long after the story begins, Baji experiences a remarkable development as a character. Initially presented as a one-dimensional criminal, who, as he reveals his past, his motivations, and internal conflicts, is transformed into a much more complex and tragic individual. This development turns him into one of the most fascinating characters in the series, captivating the audience's empathy and understanding. Moments key that mark Eren to destiny. The death of Shinichiro Sano. This traumatic event left a deep scar in Baji. If he is guilty of Shinichiro's death and becomes a token of his guilt, he will begin a path that will lead him to challenge everyone he knows. The training of Kisaki Teta. The revelation of the training of Kisaki saves the remains of the world of Baji, leading the charge of his companions and challenging the bases of Tomon. This event intensifies the internal conflict and leads to drastic decisions. The final sacrifice. Baji's death in the battle against Valhalla marks a point of inflection in history. His sacrifice at the hands of Mikey and Tomon turns him into a tragic hero, leaving an irreparable void in the pan and in the watery hearts he knows. A legend that traverses death. Baji Keisuke, overcome by his tragic fate, leaves an unforgettable legacy in the story of Tokyo Revengers. His incomprehensible behavior, his incomprehensible love and his internal conflict transformed into a complex and fascinating character that captivated the audience. His death will be like a high-price record that is paid by love and friendship, and his rebellious spirit continues to inspire those who seek his own path in a hostile world. Conclusion. Baji Keisuke is more than a simple ally of a street vendor, is a complex and intense fight that involves finding himself in a violent and capricious world. His development as a character, his relationships, and his tragic destiny have become one of the fundamental pillars of the story of Tokyo Revengers, a character that will undoubtedly remain in the memory of fans for long.